Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This video is way overdue, and I have promised one of you guys actually tomorrow, actually yesterday, not tomorrow, yesterday I will upload with explanations on this overflow tube that some Toyota Lexus cars have, others don't have. Well, in terms, what I mean don't have, that red tube, it's not there. So let me begin explaining to you guys the difference. This transmission pan is, as you can see, someone did really bad job. The gasket, they used the liquid gasket. It should be rubber gasket, not a liquid gasket. This is a bad job. This oil pan did not came from my vehicle. I bought it on eBay. I found a good price, and you're probably thinking, for what purpose? Well, for this exactly purpose, for this video. I bought it, I found it. So as you can see, someone installed it. It's pretty much brand new oil pan, has some minor damages, but it has things that I want to show you guys. So this transmission pan is on Toyota and Lexus cars that don't have transmission dipsticks. So like Camry, Corolla, RAV4, Lexus ES350, RX, they would have this type of transmission pan. Not exactly same size, but exactly same type. It's going to have one drain plug and overflow tube plug. It's going to have same one hole basically, where you drain and you check your oil level. Then you have another type: Tundra, Sequoia, Forerunner, LS, GS, GX, Land Cruiser, Tacoma will have this type of transmission pan. It's bigger, as you can see, and it has overflow plug and has drain plug. Drain plug seems like has that hex type of, and basically the question is, how would I know which one is which? Well, as you can see, if you look at the oil pan, overflow is higher, so there is more fluid holds. But even the drain bolt is still not, see how much it holds? It holds probably another quart if you drain everything, and it still holds maybe half another quart of fluid, ATF fluid. So when you drain the transmission fluid, you're not draining everything. Same thing on your cars, on your Lexus cars. This is on Lexus cars, trucks, and SUVs, and Toyota cars, not cars, the trucks and SUVs. On cars that have only one drain and fill, overflow, not fill, overflow plug, this is the type they have. This is the overflow tube. This transmission does not have overflow tube, the plastic red tube that you remove. It has built-in already. If you noticed the proximity, the height from the lowest point to the highest, you're not going to see much in the camera, but it's about the same as here. It's about the same level, same distance. So there, I do not see any difference in between the height. You know what I mean? They're since both transmissions for pickup trucks or Lexus LS or GS or GX, they're all made by the same manufacturer. Aisin makes Toyota transmissions. So let me give you more details. This overflow tube, as you can see, it's a brand new transmission pan. I bought this transmission pan on eBay, like I said earlier. Even the sticker still on it. So when you remove this and you start draining, you're not going to drain everything until you remove the overflow tube. What size? Hex size 6 millimeters. You insert, I think I'm gonna need a ratchet. So apparently someone really torqued this overflow tube really well, that I have to use a ratchet, surprisingly. But it should be hand tight, no ratchet, And the way it comes out on my other cars I tried, at first it comes out easily, then it becomes tough. Then it's like what's going on? It's something's not right. Yes, now it's coming out much more difficult. And same thing when it's sometimes when you put it back this tube, it feels like, man, did it just fell through inside the transmission pan? No, it did not fell through. So there you go, this tube. You cannot buy this overflow plastic tube separately. Dealers don't sell. You have to buy it with the oil pan, with the transmission pan. Good thing those transmission pans don't have this plastic tube. Even though I think it should have. I think it should have more fluid. But that's how it's engineered and it's working. So we'll leave it as is. We're not going to add anything. I don't think you can even add. Let's see if we can add. No, see, even if you decided to add, it won't even go through. So there is a reason why they engineered it that way. Not sure if you guys can hear, but there's a thunderstorm outside. So once you remove the tube, you'll get more fluid, maybe more quart, but you're not gonna get everything out. And many of you guys gonna comment, I know, you should drop the oil pan, you should drop the transmission pan and get everything out, clean the magnets. You can. It's your personal choice. Would I be doing it? No. Would I be dropping my pans? No. In the past, I have all done it and I have reached trouble-free 200 plus miles on the cars, just changing the fluid more often. Never had issues with my transmission. Does it hurt dropping the pan, cleaning the back? It doesn't hurt. But here is the thing, if your car is over 5 years old, and you can run into some issues. Those holes along the edges that hold the pan, they get corroded. Corroded not just on the outside, but on the inside where the threads is. And when you start removing, sometimes they don't come out, or they damage the threads in the body of the transmission, and it's aluminum. So you can create more problems for yourself. So you're better off changing fluid more often, or if you do decide to change the filter, change it more often. And if you haven't seen my video where I explain why you should avoid changing transmission filter, there will be a link. I'll post a link. I would personally avoid changing unless it's required, not recommended. It's required by the factory to replace the filters. But what I see so far on Toyotas, there is no need to change the filter because it's not the same media as the engine oil filter. Going back to those drain bolts or draining the fluid, many of you guys don't know or never even knew about it, never even paid attention. But if you look at your drain pan for your engine oil, where the bolt is located, it's located on the side. So you're not draining all the fluid anyways on your engine, but you're still changing the oil. People, you know what I mean? People sometimes think you have to drop the pan to get everything out. Well, you don't drop the pan on engine oil to get everything out. Next time you're changing your oil, drain everything, and then lift one side of the vehicle and see how much fluid more comes out. Up to 30% of oil still remains in the oil pan because of its design. See, this here, that's about 10%, maybe more of fluid still remains in transmission. Up to 30% of fluid remains in the engine oil pan. Hear me out, engine oil pan. Two things, transmission pan we're talking here, but I want you guys to know, now no one drops engine oil pan to change their oil. Why? Well, it makes no sense. Same thing, makes no sense dropping the transmission pan to change your fluid. You just change your fluid more often, you don't have to drop the pan. You can if you want to, but I gave you the reason, a short reason why you should avoid. And you can watch my other video with explanation if you haven't watched it. Because the dirt on a magnet will accumulate for lack of changing the fluid. The more often you change the fluid, the less stuff you're going to have. It's simple as that. So what else? If I missed something, just drop me a comments. Just leave me a comment in the comment section, and I will try to answer. So this is it pretty much. That's how they're two different. As you can see, the drain bolt is much at the lower portion it's lower, and this portion is higher, so this is for the overflow tube. And here same thing but different, same and different, because you have just a one plug where you drain the fluid and where you do check the overflow by having this red plastic tube that cannot be purchased separately. And some of you have commented on my channel that when you remove the on Camry or something, or ES or RX, I don't remember, or maybe Highlander or Sienna, that this tube was not there. Well, because someone did really bad job. Either they pushed it in all the way up or they forgot to install. So your best option is to get another pen and do it the right way, making sure you have enough fluid. So this is it. I want to thank you for watching. If you're new, click subscribe, click the bell, and wish you guys the best.